The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
Money's coming to me. Money's coming.
But overall, as we look at the market, you still have an improving economy.
An improving economy. No, we don't have an improving economy. In fact, what was interesting today, people were waiting for a big 300 to 400 point rally in the morning. Why? Because remember, Biden announced that he was going to do this another stimulus of over $2 trillion. Now, let's think about that for a moment. $2 trillion stimulus package, another package. Every time that they announce they're going to do a stimulus, the market rallies. In fact, the stock market since 2009 has been on heroin, like an addict. Stimulus has been likened to heroin. The market now, after 12 years, it's addicted. But here's what's really amazing. When the market opened this morning, everyone thought it was going to go up 300-400 points. Instead, it opened up down 165 points. How could it open down? They always rally when they announce stimulus. Well, there's a problem. The banks reported this morning, and all the stocks of these banks dropped. So the market dropped. Because what leads the market? Banks. And the banks have been terribly weak since 2019. Now, nobody ever talks about it on the fake business news networks like Fox Business or CNBC. But in 2019, the banks were ready to go belly up again. I talked about this yesterday. They had to bail them out. And they're still bailing them out every day. Every day. So let's go by month. I'll give you the month. It's an easier number. Every month, we print $215 billion, the Federal Reserve, to give to the banks. Now, we don't actually give them the money. What they do is go in and say, let me have your debt. I'll buy all your bad mortgages. I'll buy all your bad commercial loans. And here, I'll give you a credit card, and you can spend. And that's what they're doing. So this is how this morning the market didn't open, because all of a sudden the banks were down this morning. Because the banks aren't doing well. The banks are in big trouble. Because remember, the debt, the corporate debt, we have historic corporate debt. And they're backing that debt. Remember, the banks, the Federal Reserve prints the money to give to the banks, to give to the corporations. And the corporate debt is $10 trillion. And they can't pay that debt back. So what do? They monetize the debt. What does that mean? Big fancy word. Remember, there's two things going on. You always hear QE and monetization of debt. Think of it all as quantitative easing in a bucket. But QE is simply where they print money, and they take part of that money and they go buy treasuries. And so when they buy treasuries, the yields go down and interest rates, that's how they get interest rates down to zero. The monetization debt simply means they go to corporations like these banks that are in trouble, and they buy their bad debt, put it on their balance sheet, and basically give them credit. Think of it as a credit card. But both monetization of debt and QE has destroyed our economy. Doesn't help us. Give you an example. So it used to be where the U.S. economy was always driven by consumer spending. And that's why for going back to the 1800s, always took money and you put it into business investment. You took all your profits. You always plowed your profits back into the business. You would borrow money, combine it with your profits, plow it back into the business. That was key. That's how you grow an economy. That's how you first grow the business, to grow the economy, grow wages. The whole idea is you get profits, plow them back into new equipment, new machinery, so that your people can produce more. Our country was the strongest industrial country on earth because of productivity. We were proud of our productivity. That's why we're the number one country in the world, because we could produce, because we kept on taking, it was a free market system. We take our money and plow it back into our companies. We had the best machinery, best equipment, best buildings, everything. And we could, and the technology. And we could produce. And did we produce? And when we produced, remember what happened? The people working in these companies, their wages went up. Their wages went up. They didn't get cheated, because back then we had unions making sure they got their fair share. Wages went up. And when wages go up, spending goes up. And spending is everything. Spending is what grows the economy, but grows your lifestyle. So here's what happened. That's what they used to do. But when the market crashed in 2008, so we're not going to do that anymore. Remember, again, our economy was always driven by consumer spending. Think about that. When the consumer spent, companies would profit. And then from those profits, the stock market would have earnings. And every time your earnings went up, the stock would go up. This was good for the economy, for everybody, for the shareholders. Yeah, when the pandemic hit, I was going to skip from 2008 up to the pandemic, but let's go right to the pandemic, the worst of worst. Unemployment increased. Remember, our unemployment rate went up to 14.7%. 43% of Americans lost their jobs. This was in February 2020 to March 2020. 43% of Americans lost their job. That's 22 million jobs that were gone. Think about that. We lost 280 million in wages. 100,000 small businesses closed their doors. These are the backbone of our country. Closed their doors. Our economy's growth dropped 31%. And boy, was Wall Street giddy about it all. They were so happy this happened. Now, think about it. 22 million people lost their jobs. 280 million wages are gone. 100,000 small business, backbone of our economy, they're gone. Our economy didn't grow, it went down 31%. Yet the stock market rallied 42%. What the hell is that? The stock market rallied 42% off the March lows in record time. We went down like 33%, and they went up 42% record time. So fast, nobody could believe it. And the gains, the stock market gained $15 trillion. How could that be? Wait a minute. This doesn't make any sense. The stock market can only rally when consumers can spend. Well, wait a minute. Consumers lost 280 million. So the consumers weren't spending. But the stock market can only rally if consumer spends. Because from that spending, right, comes earnings and profits, and which moves stock price up. They didn't need any of that. So as Main Street is getting torched, the stock market is going up like crazy. And Wall Street was happy, saying, thank God so many people are losing their jobs. This market will really rally. Why? It's called stimulus. Stimulus. They printed money, and they didn't put it back into the companies. They put it back. They gave it to the CEOs to claw their own stocks back. I'll explain when I get back. Wall Street loves it when you lose your job.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you for 30 days join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you for 30 days join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Remember to subscribe to my Phil's Gang YouTube channel to get both my live and archived radio shows. Also, my free Phil's Take on the stock market. Also, sign up and get a free 10-day chart and membership trial. Try and please remember, listen to me on my YouTube channel. Please hit subscribe and please share. Now, every Friday, including this Friday, I post on my YouTube channel my take on what's going to happen with the stock market. It's free. And last week, I did a video on how the stock market, we're getting closer to the crash, how it's starting to unravel. I'm going to be doing part 2 today. So you'll have that for the weekend, how it unravels. And I want to go back to the reason our program is here, been over 20 years, is to raise money for St. Jude. That's how it all started. And we still raise money for St. Jude. Don't forget that. But we don't ask our gang members just to write a check. Our job is to make sure they become great investors. And then when they're making money, it's up to them how much money they send. They send it directly to St. Jude. They don't send it to us, so we don't see what an individual gang member, donates. We don't know. But we do know, okay, that, obviously from St. Jude, the amount of money that goes over there because of the show. But the point is that we're going to help you with your stock. Today, this was a huge day, and nobody's talking about it. The banks have been failing since 2019 November. Nobody talked about it in November 2019. The fake business news network, just like the fake media news, they don't tell the truth. And your business news networks, they don't tell the truth. Their job is to get you to buy stocks, make you feel good. How many times did I play those commercials and listen to those dopes over and over, acting stupid?
It's just a wonderful world we're living in.
Yeah, just acting totally stupid.
Our economy is surging along. It's surging.
How'd that work out? This pandemic crash, if we didn't have the pandemic, the crash would have went down 35% anyways. It would have gone down, because here's why. And that's why we're coming and heading now towards the biggest crash in history. How can you not have the biggest crash in history? Think about it, what they've been doing. You got a market, the dot-com market went up, 275%. The housing con went up like 298%. This market's gone up over 400%. What are you, nuts? Now, go back to the dot-com. Dot-com, when it crashed, it went down like 39%. The housing con, when it crashed, it went down like 57%. Well, we could hold those back from collapsing. They would have gone down 80%, but we could hold them back because of two things. One, we had interest rates. We had ammo. Interest rates were around 6%, 6.25%. That gave us 25 cuts. 25 cuts a quarter. We could do 25 cuts a quarter at a time. And that's what we did to slow the crash down. At the same time, in both the dot-com and the housing con, we had a lot of hedge funds that were shorting. That helped too, because when they're making money on the way down, when the market's falling, they stop and take profits. That puts the brakes on. We don't have either one of those today, and the market not up 280%, not up 290%. We're up over 400%, and we don't have those two mechanisms to slow it down. This is going to be the velocity of this market dropping is going to be huge. And I'm going to show you on my video tonight, this will be the second phase, I'm going to show you why we're getting closer, why it's unraveling. And you'll see it. I'm going to explain it to you. Look, you cannot, anyone tells me, how can you, for an instant, say, oh, that makes sense, that the market went up 42%? from the end of March, remember, the market dropped from February, I think it was February 12th, dropped down to March 23rd. It dropped, 37%. And then she went up 42%. Wait a minute. How could that be? Because remember, stocks only rally if you spend. If you spend, you got to spend. But how people weren't spending. 43% of Americans lost their jobs. That's 22 million people lost their jobs. Only 8 million as of today, since March of 2020, gained them back. We still have people out of work. But they lost 280 million in wages. They weren't spending, but the stock market was going up. 100,000 small businesses. That's the backbone of the country. That's where you really grow the country. Closed their doors permanently. Our economy, instead of growing 2 to 3%, 5%, dropped 31%. But yet, think about it. The stock market, when it dropped from February 12th down to March 23, 37%, it went up 42%. How the hell could it go up 42% when you got 22 million people out of work and 280 million in wages missing and 100,000 small businesses closed down permanently? It's called quantitative easing. It's called monetizing debt. It's called financial engineering. It's called prosperity without profits. It used to be a felony. But guess what? We've made money all the way up. When it dropped in March, from February to March, I had my members, I told my members, let's get into the oils. Let's get into the cruise lines. We got into the cruise lines, got into the airlines. We got into the oil refiners. We got into oil services, all the stocks that nobody wanted. And our color-coded chart identified for us when the big institutions were rotating out of the big tech stocks into the oils, the cruise lines, and the casinos, airlines, all those. So we knew when to get in. In most of those stocks, we got up, on average, around 40% gains. But the key was know to when get out of that. But remember, when the market went up, it was going up for the wrong reasons. It was rigged to go up. Join my gang. Free for 10 days. Check it out.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day?
That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
With the PhilsGang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at PhilsGang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At PhilsGang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And PhilsGang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the PhilsGang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at PhilsGang.com. That's PhilsGang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, PhilsGang.com.
With the PhilsGang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at PhilsGang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At PhilsGang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And PhilsGang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the PhilsGang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at PhilsGang.com. That's PhilsGang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out PhilsGang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And join my gang, Phil's Gang, free for 10 days. You get my color-coded technology chart that tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add to your position, when to take off of your position, when to run like hell, but best, to get out of the market. 85% of you lose money because you do not get out of the market in time. My color-coded chart, the algorithms identify exactly when to get out. Matter of fact, we even made it better where we put in another color now to even give you an advanced wording even further out. But the best thing is you're going to know exactly when the institutions are pulling their money out, the stock market's going to drop, and individual stocks are going to drop, so you can make money while they're dropping. It's so easy. If you can push a button on your car somewhere, you can do this. It's easy. Now, I want to get clear in everybody's mind, since 2008, what's happened. And today was today was the day that brought it all together. It's like the climax of it all. Like all these years, I've been trying to tell people how the market is rigged with this QE and monetization of debt. And today, when they said they're going to do $2 trillion worth of stimulus and the market opened up down, instead of opening up 400 points, opened down 165 points, because the banks dropped, that was huge. And in my video tonight that I'm going to post, I'm going to show you my first one. This is going to be my phase 2. We keep unveiling it. as we get closer to the crash, you're going to be able to ride it all the way up with me. You right to when it crashes. You're going to know right the minute it's going to crash. If you just follow these videos, they're free, for heaven's sakes. So I'm going to do my second one tonight. But let's think about this for a moment. Who would ever think that the stock market, remember, the stock market, you had to have your PE ratios forward and trailing, and you needed to have price to sales and price to books and return on assets and return on equity, so you could judge your management, how they're doing. Everything was profit margins. Free cash flow, you had to make sure that company had free cash flow. You had to go in those companies like we did, like I did years ago when I first started with my father. When you had to go find companies that were great companies that started to fall apart because of management. And then we used to go in and find those companies, research those companies, and then they put new management in those companies. And we buy them based on their price to book and price to sales, their return on assets, and their profit margins. They replace the guy. And then when they replace them, it take maybe 8 years before the stock started to go up nicely. Then after 10, 12 years, you had a winner. That's how it used to be. Everything was, we got to get our people to work. Got to get our people to work, because if our people are working, and if our companies are taking their profits and plowing it back into the company, borrow money and combine their profits with the borrowed money and put it into the company, so the worker could produce more. And the worker, his wages would go up. And when his wages went up, he spent more. He also saved more. And from that savings, they would start their own little business, startup businesses, which is the backbone of our country. So it was always a drive. How are we going to get those margins up? How are we going to get these profits up? We got to keep getting better. Let's build a new building. Let's get IT spending. We need more IT spending. It's how you always thought. I know. I brought two companies from nothing. I built them from nothing. And I brought them public. So I know what it is. And all you did is think about earnings. You went to bed, instead of counting sheep, you counted earnings. Where can I cut? No more. Nobody cares about that anymore. You don't have to know about earnings. For God's sakes, when the market dropped 37% from February 12th to March 23rd, think about it. It dropped so fast. And when it dropped, how are you going to get it back up? Just to claw back the 37% loss. How are you going to go plus 73? You lost 37. How the hell are you going to get up 73? Because never before did we lose 22 million jobs. Never before, and just overnight, our unemployment rate hit 14.7%. But the big thing, we lost 22 million jobs. We lost 280 million wages. And stock prices go up as long as the folks have jobs, as long as the folks spend. Spending is what drives everything. But they had no money to spend with. So how the hell did the market go up 42% off those March lows so fast, the fastest in history? And how is it then they gained 15 trillion in market cap? So the top 1 percentile became so much richer because they clawed back the 15 trillion for themselves. But yet the workers are still out of work. And the stock market's going up. Small business still closed. Stocks are still going up. And I explained in my video tonight how it's getting worse and worse. And today was the big deal when those banks started to fall apart. This has been going on since 2008. And sure, we've made a lot of money. I know the money market's been rigged. But think about how easy it was to make money. Now we just got to make sure, because 85% of you never get out in time before a market closes. Now my gang members will be out in time. So we got some good stocks. Remember that rally I'm talking about, that went up that rally came off the March lows. Remember, we went in and bought American Airlines. Nobody wanted airlines when all the people were out of work. We gained 38%. Nobody wanted the banks. Wells Fargo, we gained 38%. Halliburton was oil. Who the hell? Nobody was buying oil. Oil was tanking. We're up 46%. Nobody would buy a refiner. I got my gain into the refiners, up 55%. Nobody wanted Carnival Cruise Line. Who's going to get on Carnival Cruise Line with this disease? Up 38%. Nobody's going to go to Las Vegas and gamble. We bought a casino, up 21%. And I can go on and on and on. And it was only went up. They didn't go up because the companies were making money. They went up because the companies weren't making money. What Wall Street hopes for, every job number. They want, when they report the first Friday of every month, they want a bad job number. They hope you lost your job. Because what will they do? First thing to do, go to the printing machine. They print money. Then they turn around, and with that money they print, give it to the CEO. What does he do? They say to the CEO, okay, there's not going to be any profits. People aren't spending, so here we got a trick for you. Reduce the amount of shares you have. So when your terrible profits come in, you're going to own less shares, and because you own less shares, the other shares are going to go up in price. So shares are going up without profits. They shouldn't be good, but they go up. But here's a problem with that. Every time they've been doing that for the last 12 years, your interest rates go up. Your yields go up on your 10-year treasury. Your yields goes up, and it keeps warning you and warning you and warning you as well. And these yields have been climbing, telling you the market's going to crash, market's going to crash. But these guys on CNBC, these guys on Fox Business, they don't tell you that. So the yields are going up, interest rates are going up. That's a red flag, flashing, flashing, flashing. Anytime you see yields, remember, yields went from a half a point to over 100 points now. It's flashing, flashing, flashing. Tell you the market's getting closer to crash. Market's getting closer. Because every time those yields go up, interest rates go up when they do this nonsense. But the economy goes down. Every time the stock market goes up, the economy goes down. The stock market went up 38%, but the economy went down 36%. You just got to be in the right stocks. And we get you in the right stock. But more important, we get you out of the stocks. They, since 2008, 2009, they've been playing this game of QE. And the stock market right now is, these stocks you're in are overpriced by over 200%. Over 200%. You don't know it. You got to know when to get out. Join my gang, free for 10 days.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day?
That's unacceptable. African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026. Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
thinking about investing in the stock market, go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here. And it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And remember tonight, go to my YouTube channel. Last Friday, I had the first phase. It's called Market Crash Starting to Unfold. Now, this is going to be phase 2. And it's going to explain beautifully with graphs and charts. It's only about 11 minutes. And explains to you how we're getting closer and closer to the crash as it unfolds. And I'm going to do that every week until the day it crashes. Now, I want you to think tonight about one thing, or this weekend, when I tell you this. Do you really think a stock market should go up 42%? When remember, stock markets go up, how? People have to have a good job and spend. So please explain to me, how could a stock market go up 42% when 22 million people lost their jobs and 280 million in wages were lost? During that time, the market went right up, fastest in history, went up 42%. How could that be? It's called financial engineering. It's called stock buybacks. It's called reducing shares. They've been doing this for 12 years. The stock market's over 200% overvalued. But I'm not complaining, because look at the money we made since 2008 with this market going up. And every time the market pulled back just a little bit, even during the day, they go in and what do? The plunger team comes in and they buy the S&P futures during the day, so to move the market right back up. So please check this out, because it makes no sense, does it? No. Well, they've been doing this for so long now. The market's up 400% compared to the other two. They're up over about, let's say, 275%. This one's up over 400%. So you got to be ready for that crash, because when this crashes, believe me, she's going to go straight down with such velocity, because there's no shorting. Because when I say that, what I mean, there used to be hundreds of hedge funds. They just specialized in shorting. Well, they're all out of business, because how can you short a market since 2008 when it goes up every day? And also the big problem is we can't cut rates anymore. Both the dot-com crash and the housing crash, we could stop it going down 39% and 54% because we could cut rates 25 times. We have none of that. So please, go to my site, join the gang free, so you won't get caught into this, and you'll make money as the market goes down. Now, I want to walk, I just want to go, just push away a little bit from the business end. I don't talk politics, but I got to finish this week talking just a little bit of politics, because it does affect us. It does affect our markets. I was sick this week when I heard this. Now, this is unbelievable. This was beautiful. Listen to what this guy, the Senator, Doug LaMafia, said when he was speaking about the impeachment.
Madam Speaker, you hate him because he is pro-life, strongest ever.
He's talking about why the Speaker hates the President.
Madam Speaker, you hate him because he is pro-life, strongest ever. You hate him for fighting for the freedom of our religion to not be persecuted by unfair mandates and limitations on speech. You hate him for not subscribing and shackling us with the religion of climate change and one-sided Paris Accords. You hate him for Israel. You hate him for defending our borders. You hate him for letting families and small businesses keep what they earn, for trying to keep the agents of government off their back. You hate him for putting America first, which is what I thought we do when we swear the oath. No, this shabby show isn't about a threat to our republic. This is the impeachment and muting of at least half of the American people. This is
anyways, the point, I thought he brought up some good points. And I don't care if you're a Democrat, Republican, Independent. You know, it's just sad that people can't do what's right. They just can't do what's right. They always got to do what's right for the party instead of what's right for us. So that's why when you're investing, think about it. Nobody's there to help us. The Republicans aren't going to help us with anything. You think the Republicans care about your retirement? No, they don't. They don't care about your retirement. They only care about the party. Do you think the Democrats care about your retirement? They don't. You know, I have to laugh when they're talking about now how they're going to gap the poverty. They're always saying now they're going to raise minimum wage, right? They're going to raise minimum wage to help everybody. And they're always talking about the gap in wages and poverty. Well, think about this. Both the Republicans and Democrats are responsible for the drop in wages for the middle class and the working poor. Remember when they established that 5.4 million? Remember the Fair Policy, the Fair Policy Act. 5.4 million new immigrants arrived under Obama's H-1B program, visa program, to take jobs. Why would they, and Republicans also remember back this. So I don't want to get into all this. It's just my point is we got to look out for ourselves. I mean, think about this quantitative easing that was introduced. We have the biggest, hottest stock market. It's the most crooked stock market in the world. Stocks are overpriced by 200%. Sure. The smart money made money all the way up, and they're going to get out before the market crashes. The 85 million people in 401ks, they're going to get killed this time. They're going to get killed like they did with in 1987. They're going to get killed like they did in the dot-com crash. They're going to get killed like they did in the housing crash. Anyone in a 401k, you haven't got a chance because you'll never get out in time. My gang members will. This policy of quantitative easing, which simply means they go in and they rig the market to go up by reducing the amount of shares a company owns so the balance of the shares go up. That used to be a felony. Reagan changed that, so it's no longer a felony. You got to just take care of yourself. And there's no better place to invest but the stock market. There's no place. I mean, look, all this stuff that's going. You heard the cut I just played. Nobody cares. Here, listen to Lindsey Graham. He went both sides. First, he was going nuts. Remember this?
Trump and I, we've had a hell of a journey. I hate it being this way. Oh my God, I hate it. All I can say is count me out. Enough is enough.
They count him out. He's not supporting Trump anymore. And then the next day he's on Fox.
So what happened today? The President of the United States was impeached today without one witness being called, without a lawyer.
Wait a minute. I thought he said, wait a minute. He said, I've had it. See these guys? They don't care about us. They're politicians. And this affects our economy. Whether you're Democrat or Republican, either one of them care about the economy. They don't care about your job. If they cared about your job, they would have killed stock buybacks in 2009, 2010. The stock buybacks, quantitative easing, which is stock buybacks, and worse, monetization of debt, where they print money and go to companies that are dying, should be in bankruptcy, and instead they underwrite them. They buy all their bad debt and put it on the Federal Reserve, put it on their balance sheet, and they give them a credit card to keep them alive. And you're invested in that company. You don't even know it. And that stock not only are 200% overpriced, when that goes down, it's going to go down like a flying crowbar. But nobody's going to tell you on CNBC or Fox. You got to take care of yourself. There's nothing better than the stock market. Because once you understand how it works, you're going to say, God, I wish I did this long ago. But the problem is most people don't know how it works. They have no idea. They buy stocks. They don't know the value of the stock. They don't know the quality of the stock. They know nothing. They buy it because they see somebody on TV say buy it. It's ridiculous. The stock market is the best place in the world if, with the same ease you buy a stock to take advantage when they rig the market and it goes up, like when the market went up 42% in 5 months. Are you kidding me? That's historic. You should have been making money. But now you got to know when to get out in time. But 85% of you, even if you caught that rally and you thought you made, and you think you made money in your 401k, and you caught that rally from March up to today, you're going to lose all that money. You're going to give it back. Because you'll never know when to get out in time. So tonight, go to my website, YouTube channel, where I do a video to help you know when this market's going to crash. And share it. Tell your friends. Because this video, I think, is the best one out there to tell you, okay, this is when the market's going to crash. So you can be out of it, for heaven's sakes. But make money shorting it. See you on the charts. Have a great weekend.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.